somebody over here, back here, I think. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to follow. My name's Mark Gross, by the way, and I wanted to follow up on his question. And earlier you said that we had a constitutional right to keep and bear arms. My question is it a constitutional right or is it a natural right the Constitution recognizes? And if it's a natural right, then where does government get its authority to even regulate peaceful individuals and require permission slips or permits or whatever you want to call them? Where does that authority come from? Is it magic, in other words?
No, it's not. But I think there are certain things that we have decided that we're going to. Some laws were set in terms of whether it be the right. I'm not sure anybody here wants to say we're going to give a blanket right to carry courtrooms, airplanes, etc. I don't think that people are going to say that they're for that. Maybe some would. Some would. Okay. Some would. Okay. Some would.
Well, wait. I'm not saying. I want government to force a property owner to allow me to carry it. Right. I mean, you mentioned that in what seemed to be a consequentialist type argument earlier. When you said by giving us permits or requiring us to have permits, you're maybe expanding where we can carry it. Honestly, that didn't make much sense to me. But I'm just saying, where does government get that authority to regulate a peaceful individual who's not violating anyone's property or person?
But my argument was more just a practical, realistic one. I can tell you that's how the carry permit and even having guns in bars, that's not guns in bars, but having guns be able to be carried there, that's how it got passed. Without that, it wouldn't have gotten passed.
Well, yeah, but without that, wouldn't it just be up to the property owners anyways? And that's
no, I think the legislature would have left a ban on that without that.
Okay, but without the legislator regulating guns at all of peaceful individuals, wouldn't it be up to the property owners?
It could be, but I'll be honest with you. Unfortunately, I live, and I hear you. You're saying legal theory should be there, but unfortunately, we live in a world where the legislature is going to get to vote.
No, I'm saying that where does government get the authority to come in place of natural rights?
Well,
and start. You said, I mean. Really, is it a privilege or a right?
I think it's a right, but here's the reality. I'm a mayor, governor. We have to live in the real world, okay? And I can tell you the legislature wouldn't have passed it without that. And so you can say, well, where did they get that right? We can argue that all day, but they wouldn't have passed it, okay? That's the bottom line. And somebody in here that's been involved, I know you don't like that answer, but and I agree. In theory, maybe you're right, but I just don't think it would have passed without that.
What I'm saying is that without there being regulation of peaceful individuals, there would have been no issue in the first place.
I understand, but I'm just saying where we are today, it wouldn't have passed without that. Okay? Yes, sir.
In your opinion, does pragmatism always trump the Constitution?
No, it doesn't at all.
What other parts of the Constitution do you want to do away with? I mean, the right to keep and bear arms is enshrined in the United States Constitution and in the Tennessee Constitution.
Believe me,
what other parts of the Constitution you want to throw away for practicality? It's just because it's inconvenient?
No, not that. I'm just saying.
Because you don't like it yourself?
No, that's not it at all. That's not what you heard me say at all. I'm just saying what could really get passed in the legislature.
Do you think the U.S. Constitution could be passed today?
Yes, I do. But yeah, go ahead.
Can I maybe make it a little bit easier on the issue? If the legislature were to pass a Vermont-style carry and bring it to you, would you support it?
Yeah, yes, I would. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So
yeah.
your issue then is that the reality of the previous legislature, and you're right on that,
right.
Wouldn't have. But if this coming legislature would do it,
if they brought that, I would.
So you would support non-permitted carry?
If the legislature passed it and brought that to me, I've said I would sign it.